Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at reversible reactions. There is more content, quizzes and past papers on the website, which is www.elevise.co.uk. Some reactions are known as reversible reactions. This means that the reaction can go in both directions. The products of a reaction can react with each other to produce the original reactions. Let's have an example. The reaction here is reversible. The double arrow in the equation informs us that the reaction is reversible and can go in both directions. The reactants A and B can react together to produce C and D. C and D can become the reactants of the reverse of the equation to produce the products A and B. A and B can then react together to produce C and D, and so on and so on and so on. Let's suppose now that there are more reactions of A and B than of C and D. This will lead to the quantity of A and B falling and the quantity of C and D rising. This will mean that there's fewer reactions of A and B and more reactions of C and D. Eventually, the number of reactions of A and B will be the same as the number of reactions of C and D. This will mean that the quantities of all of the substances in the reaction will stay the same. This point is known as a dynamic equilibrium. Reactions will still be happening in a dynamic equilibrium, but the concentration of the reactants will remain constant. This is because the same amount of A, B, C and D will be used as reactants as produced as products. A dynamic equilibrium can only occur for a reversible reaction that is taking place in a closed system. This is because in a closed system, none of the reactants or products are able to escape. We will be looking at what influences the position of the dynamic equilibrium in the next video. One way in the reversible reaction will be exothermic and the other direction will be endothermic. In the example above, I have done the reaction of A and B to produce C and D, that is exothermic, and the reaction of C and D to produce A and B, that is endothermic. An exothermic reaction is where the energy of the reactants is greater than the energy of the products, so the energy of A and B is greater than C and D. An endothermic reaction is where the energy of the products is greater than the energy of the reactants. This brings us to the end of this video. For more content, quizzes and past papers, go onto the website, which is www.elevise.co.uk.